Hello, this is Katie from Crafting Ruby Dreams, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about planners, goal setting, writing, publishing, and getting right with my finances. This is another weekly vlog, and I'm actually recording this intro at the end of the week. I realized that I had not actually filmed an intro about midweek, and so I decided just to wait to the end. And I will preface this by saying that this was a very rough week for me and a very rough week for the United States. I get very real, and I hope you give me grace as I work through some things, as well as give yourselves grace for anything you need to work through. I make my feelings on certain topics very clear, and it is going to be a process to work through some of the things that I still need to work through from what happened, as well as us as a country moving forward. And I really think it's important that we recognize the cancer that is white supremacy in the United States and in other countries, and work to root that out and speak truth to power, and speak the truth, speak facts, make it known that these lies that are being perpetuated by people in power, that they are lies and they are hurting our country, but we need accountability. So please hold those who have power and are misusing their power accountable for their actions. So I will leave it at that and move on to the weekly vlog. I hope you enjoy it. So hi, welcome to the first full week of 2021, and I'm gonna show you what my intentions are for this week using the weekly actions item of the MäksēLife planner. So as a reminder, my headings for each of the sections are my short focus statements that I'm trying to remind myself this is the purpose of what I'm trying to do in this area of my life. And this is a pretty full week again, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that I am actually heading, weirdly enough, I didn't write any. Oh, I did. I wrote in settle into day job because I am going back to work tomorrow, Monday the 4th. And so that's going to really affect how I go about doing all of my goals for this week. So the previous week I was off. I am leave the entire week. And so I'm trying to mentally adjust, and I'm going to really have to practice grace for myself and balancing the goals of what I have. And I know I want to get all of these done, but I am going to have to really prioritize what my goals are. And number one is really getting back into the rhythm of the day job. And then the other is, it's important to me that I continue vlogging, and because that's how I'm doing the videos for this year. And so those are going to be the really important things, and there are a couple of other really important things as well, but I'm just going to have to remind myself what is the priority for the day and what needs to get done by the end of this week, and make sure that those things get done. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to working on these intentions this week. I have already filled out my trusty purple Erin Condren notebook that you saw if you watched the planner stack video, and I will link that video below in the description and in the comment if you want to go back and watch that. And that basically is got more detailed tasks, such as what I have to, breaking out this film and editing for the putting up videos, and when I have to do multiple things as part of one particular task. So it's just more detailed, frankly. And so I only have, this has got multiple tasks in one thing, whereas the EC notebook is just one task per check. So just makes it easier for me to, okay, I did this one thing, so I can check it off and just see progress. And yeah, I am really happy and enjoy the rest of this week. My parents have set up seed cones and suet cakes for the birds, and I just love watching them when I get ready in the morning. Good morning, this is Katie from Crafting Ruby Dreams, and it is Monday, January 4th. I am back to work, so I figured I'd take a couple minutes right before I have to sign in to show you how I set up my work planner for the day job, and it's going to be really simple, really quick. I hope you enjoy it. All right, here is my desk setup. I actually normally have the keyboard here, but I moved that so that I could have the planner out. And here is my Erin Condren daily do that I use for work. So I'm going to just open it up, and for the month, we have the monthly view. What I will be filling in here is like the typical schedule, like when I have meetings, because we have some monthly meetings, just a quick look in so that I have that for when I don't want to turn on my computer, but I can't remember if I have a meeting or not coming up. And then I have a few, I actually did a little bit of Franken planning and inserted some notes pages. What I will be using these for is I have a job that has a production element. So I'm going to be creating trackers to track my production. So as I do things, as they move through the production process within my section. So I'm going to be setting that up a little later today. And so you can see a fair amount of notes pages. I probably will not use them all because right now our production numbers are down, but as things have been sorted out with funding and everything, that will probably increase. So probably won't be using the dashboard page. I haven't yet with work, so that'll probably just be empty space. And then here is Friday, January 1st. We were closed, so just a reminder that we were closed. The weekend, I tend not to use weekends because it's just, it's not, I generally don't work. If I were to work on the weekends, which I do sometimes, put in an hour or two here and there, I will note that on this just so I have a paper record of my time. And then here is just what a typical setup looks like with no information. I write Central Time at the top of the page because I am on Central Time, and that's how I block out this time is on Central Time, but my office is on Eastern Time. So this is just a reminder to me that this time blocking is on Central Time. And then when I go back to DC, it will just, again, be the reminder that all of this was done on Central Time and not Eastern Time. So what I will typically do is just, for the day's tasks, use this stencil that I got from Erin Condren. You can see the actual box that I use. And I just use that to place a box on the side and then write out what the task is. And I just like fill them in. The one thing I didn't do before setup is block out my lunch half hour, and I typically use the orange pen for that. I do like the Pilot G2s for this. This just what I'm in the habit of doing, and I also like having color coding, so all of the work stuff will be in purple. I have typically done lunches and stuff in orange. When I would do my daily personal routines in here, I would mark them in the to-do list in blue. And those are the typical colors that I used. I will sometimes make a note of a personal appointment, like my therapy appointment, so I don't forget, like I can't work late. I might actually, these 2 days might actually work past my 5 o'clock typical sign-off time just to get all the tasks done since I've been off for a week and a half. But so I have actually stopped using the to-do list for to include the personal daily routine tasks, but I will start doing what needs to be done in the course of the week and just slowly reduce that to-do list over the course of the week. So that's how I'm using that space. But yeah, so this is how I do my work planner. Hello, it is Monday afternoon / evening because there is so little daylight left. But I wanted to check in after my first full day at work after almost 2 weeks of vacation, and it actually went pretty well. It helped that I got a lot of production work for this week done prior to going on leave. I had totally forgotten I had done that, so it was a very nice surprise from past me. And I highly recommend doing that if you are going on vacation. If you can just get done everything you need to have done during the week that you're back, it'll just make your ease back in so much better. If you can do that, I recommend it. Today, you may have heard that Slack went down, and my section has been heavily Slack reliant since pandemic started. And in fact, that's really how we've been able to onboard 3 new employees to our section, 2 of whom are brand new employees to our organization, period. And another was somebody who got shifted into our section during a reorganization that has happened. So we were able to just quickly onboard all of them, and it really helped to have Slack because we've been able to maintain the connections that we have had in the office, and it's just been so beneficial for us. But yeah, so that was interesting because what happened timing wise is that it went down just as I was finishing up going through everything that had been going on in Slack while I was out, because I went into Slack twice, and that was to our chit chat channel. And that was it. I didn't look at any of the other channels in our section Slack. And so I was able to go in and see all the work related stuff that had happened. And literally it was as I was finishing up with that and sorting out what my password was because I had totally forgotten it, and I needed to set up the connection on my new phone, that Slack went down. So that was fun and interesting. I then spent another while going through all the emails that I got because a number of things had come in that needed my attention, and I think, nope, still waiting on something because I had tagged my boss in on something. So I will check in with him on that, but that's for tomorrow. So yeah, so today was an overall pretty decent day, which I'm really happy for because I was in some ways dreading all the work that I had to get done immediately, but it turned out I didn't actually have to get all that work done immediately because some of it, a good chunk of it, was already done, and yay, thank you past me. So really thankful for that. But really quickly wanted to do day 10 of the Simply Gilded Advent Calendar. So I've got 2 more. So this is actually a box, and the wrapping is wrapped around it. So I'm just gonna slip it out. And this is, ooh, this is washi tapes. It's a set of 4 boutique washi tapes with a tranquil theme, and it's a galaxy. So I've already got a couple of the galaxy sets, so this is another galaxy set, but it's specifically in the tranquil theme, which is the theme for the entire 12 days of Christmas. So let's see, pop these out. I do like the galaxy. I like the constellation. Probably here, let's see if I can, let's see. So you may be able to see on the wrapper that it is the constellation pattern. All right, so here are the 4 washi tapes. Ooh, this is really pretty. I'm really excited for this. And that's water from something. I don't know what, probably the dishwasher, even though I don't know if that's running, or the washing machine, or just water moving through the house. It's been happening. So here is the 4 washi tapes. And so we've got the bows, the constellations, moons, and the kind of like a starry sky type of thing. So yay, this is really nice. I'm excited to use this. But yeah, so that's today's date for the Simply Gilded Advent Calendar. And now I get to work on what am I working on? I am working on editing the vlog from last week to go up on Saturday of this week. So that's going to be interesting, since I have to figure out the order of videos, since I filmed, refilmed some things that are, yeah, that's, I think we're gonna need a storyboard for that one, but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I will learn something no matter what. And yeah, so today's a good day and looking forward to tomorrow. I'll probably check in again tonight, maybe see what's going on. This was the day that my mom and sister began to take down the Christmas decorations, so I wanted to do a quick video of what they looked like. We do this in our front room, and moving to the mantle, this is no longer a working fireplace, but I just love having the decorations there. Hello, it is Katie, and it is Tuesday, January 5th. I am tired, frankly, because I was up late last night, and part of it was I was feeling the need to get some more tasks done, so I didn't go to bed until after midnight. But one of the things that I did last night was get last week's vlog. I picked out all of the clips for it, and I had to sort through my photo history and everything, and I am working to get ahead with my editing so that I can not spend as much time running around and staying up later than I should for that. But yeah, so I was able to get a lot of stuff done yesterday. I was able to get the writing done. I was able to remember to do my Duolingo, got all of my water in for the day, and email a couple of people, as well as send out cards to people that I owed mail cards to for various reasons. And one of whom doesn't know she's actually getting that yet, but she has an idea. Anyway, the reason I was able to get everything done yesterday that I wanted to get done, with the exception of sending out a couple of emails, was because I finally figured out how I'm going to be using my half-letter disc-bound system, and it really is much more of a catch-all notebook rather than a full-on planner, because I don't have any planner inserts in there. If I were to do planner inserts, it would be daily inserts that are undated, because that seems to be how I best use a disc-bound system like that. Is so it's portable, it is focused on my tasks for the day and that kind of thing. Since I'm not really going anywhere, I haven't been in as need of something like that, and the planner that I have for work, which if I were in the office, I'd be leaving it at work, because it's just something to sit out on my desk at work. But the disc-bound system, I think, is going to really help me, now that I'm back at work, help me separate out everything that I am doing outside of work hours, and just keep me going with regards to the tasks that need to get done. And hopefully there will be days that no tasks really need to get done, and after I vlog or whatever, and after I write, I can just sit and chill, because it's really important that I have that space, because you need to have that time to refresh, as well as, for me, just sit and watch TV with my family, since I'm here and I have the chance to, and I do not want to let that pass me by. So but here's what it looks like, the disc-bound system. It just really is a blank sheet of paper, and I just write check boxes and what the task is that needs to get done. So that's how I'm using my half-letter disc system, since it has presented itself. And in case you missed it, I did include it in my 2021 planner stack video, which actually posted today, January 5th. So look for the link to that in the description and in the pinned comment. The other thing I wanted to do before I get to doing other things like ordering dinner for tonight, I want to do the Simply Gilded Day 11, 12 Days of Christmas, and the bottom is actually falling apart. The sticker is staying tight at the top, but the bottom flap has undone itself. So I can already guess that at least one of the things in here is a pen, and since the bottom wants to open, I will open from the bottom. And yes, there is a pen. I'll do that. And, ooh, a little notepad. And it looks like it is the very similar pattern, color pattern, ombre for that the journal cards were in that I showed. That might be in last week's video, I believe, last week's vlog. So, oh, that's cute. And looks like, yep, possibly sticky notes. So, and very cute. It's got the ombre and it's got the gold foil floral accent. So there's the notepad, and then here's the pen. It's blue with gold polka dot, and the hardware is gold. So it's pretty, very pretty. So that's today's Simply Gilded Day 11. And yep, so the plan for this evening is to catch up on the emails that I didn't get around to sending last night. And there's one in particular that cropped up that I had later on my list, but absolutely needs to get out tonight. And then I have to write for I have to do my half hour of writing. I have to do my Duolingo, and I'm doing Italian and Spanish in Duolingo. I don't think I've ever talked about that here. I took Spanish in high school, 3 years of Spanish, and since 3 years of Spanish in Illinois, because I went to high school in Illinois and went to college in Illinois, they require you to have 4 years of high school in one language in order to not be required to take a language in college. And since I only had 3 years, I could either take, I think, 2 semesters of an advanced Spanish class, or I could take a whole new language to take 4 semesters of that. And I decided I wanted to take 4 semesters of Italian. And so I did do that. I had some issues with it, partially because of this one TA that I had for 2 of my 4 semesters. It was my 4th semester TA. When she asked me, she's like, you know, you're actually not, you're really good at this. Why don't you apply yourself? And like, why aren't you here? I'm like, A, class is at 8 a.m. and I'm horrible at mornings. But the other thing really was that it's like this previous TA, and when I mentioned that I had her twice, my 4th semester TA was like, oh. So that one TA had a reputation. And so I want to at least have reading comprehension in both languages. And so I've been doing Duolingo for over a year in both languages, and just I'm slowly working through. I probably should work a little longer and level up a bit more in each of the languages. But what was really interesting for me was that when I did the initial setup for both languages, I tested better in Spanish than I did in Italian, even though I had taken Italian more recently. And I thought it was really interesting that when a friend of mine pointed out, it's because even though I haven't studied Spanish since high school, I am more frequently in America exposed to Spanish than I am Italian. And so it's just more constantly in my mind. I'm hearing it more frequently, I'm seeing it more frequently. So a lot of things that stuck with me, it was because of the constant exposure to it. Whereas with Italian, even though it is a related language, it is not something I'm routinely exposed to. So there are fine points to in vocabulary that I was just like, I know this, I know I learned it, I don't remember. So, but I've also tried to do German in Duolingo, and I do decently enough in German because English is a Germanic language, and so there's aspects to it that I do fairly decently well in. But when it gets to conjugation of verbs and nittier, grittier grammar things, because I actually didn't do really well at English grammar. It's like it wasn't until I was in high school that they like really started breaking down all of the super fine points of English grammar, and Germanic grammar is screwy. It's like Romance language grammar my brain seems to fit a lot better with that than Germanic language grammar. But because I have never formally taken German and therefore have not been exposed to the grammar lessons of learning the German language, I just hit a point in Duolingo that I was just like, okay, you're telling me I'm wrong. You're not explaining why or how to fix it in a way that makes sense. So you're just telling me that I have used the wrong form of this verb, which does not help. And so I kept just hitting a wall. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let this go. At some point I probably will go back because I am of German heritage. I'm mostly of Irish heritage, but I am of German heritage. In fact, my last name is German, even though everybody in the area where I'm from thinks that it's Irish, because a portion of the name is an Irish last name, but the full name is German. So it's just really interesting. But yeah, so digression. I do that well. But back to planning. I need to get some stuff done tonight. I probably will not check in again tonight, but I might. Who knows what may pop up. And yeah, so that's where I am at today. And I will say it is never fun when you are having anxiety dreams and you're at a really high anxiety point and your alarm goes off for the day. That was interesting. So that's how my day started. Oh, and the other thing is tonight is the MäksēLife chat with super goal setters or something at 7 p.m. and it is probably around 5:30 p.m. here right now. And I don't know if I'm going to make it because of dinner situation with my family, but hopefully I'll be able to make it. If not, I'll definitely watch the replay. So if you haven't already checked them out, check out MäksēLife. They've got those stored both in the Facebook group and on their YouTube channel. So if you're not on Facebook and if you're watching me, you are on YouTube, go check out their YouTube. Just search for MäksēLife and it should pop up, and you can watch all of the other videos in the series that they've done for goal setting for 2021 and using the 2021 planner. So yeah, that's today, Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday, January 6th, and it is my lunch break. It is midday. And so I decided to do a very quick reveal of day 12, last day of Simply Gilded. I have no idea what this might be. It feels like almost it would be a hardbound notebook. It's very hard, whatever it is, and it's pretty big relatively. So let's find out. Oh, interesting. It is a desk calendar for 2021. I actually typically do have little desk calendars for at work and everything, and since I'm not at work, but I have had them at home too, and I have not gotten one for 2021, so I am very pleased to have this. Yay! Let's see, really quickly undo it. I like having just the quick look off to the side moment, because it helps also my eyes readjust. And so let's see what the designs are. So January, and it's gold foil. Oops. Okay, looks like it is different paper patterns with the bow theme. Again, this is going to be, okay, this is really tight. I hope I don't tear it. Okay, so it looks like, yep, it's just the paper pattern that is going to change. Ooh, be careful. It's a good thing you don't have to change it that often. April. Oh, yeah, it's like, it's both really tight coil as well as freshly punched. Looks like nobody really separated it. So May. These might actually be the patterns from last year's subscription box. This is these are all the patterns from last year's subscription boxes, because I started the subscription box in May, and I recognized this particular pattern, and June just confirms it. It was the Aloha box. So, okay. And here's July and August and September and October and November and December. And December has a foiling at the top too that the other months don't have. And so that is it for the 2021 desk calendar. So this is really cute. And day 12, I will be back later, but really quickly, I've been doing really good with my goals. I have been drinking at least 60 ounces of water every single day, which is the goal. And I've actually been doing better and drinking at least 80 ounces of water. I think Monday I managed to drink 100 ounces of water over the course of the day. And the way I do that is that my parents have a water dispenser on their fridge that meters out. It'll meter the amount of water that you're drinking. So I have a big Chicago Sox cup, and I fill that up with 20 ounces of water first thing in the morning, and I drink that very first thing. That is a habit that I've been doing since September, where I wanted to drink at least 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning. So I drink the 20 first thing, and then I refill that with another 20 and try to drink that before noon. And then, I've been easily doing that. And then do another 20 before I sign off of work at 5 o'clock. And then another 20 throughout the course of the night, sometimes another 40. So then that's when I'll hit the 100 ounces of water. But yeah, so that has been working really well. I've been doing Duolingo every day. I hit my writing for half an hour Monday and Tuesday, and actually went a little over on both days because I was having so much fun with the story. And it's a brand new story. I just got the idea for the premise on Monday morning, and I've been running with it, and it's been fun. And writing hasn't been fun for me like this in a while, so I'm really excited about it. The idea is an idea. It's the genre that would fall in is a genre that I have read before, and I don't think I've quite written anything that would fall into this particular subgenre, but I've kind of written around the subgenre in other manuscripts that I've never published, but I have written. So I'm not unfamiliar with the territory, let's say. But yeah, so for right now, I'm having fun with it, and that is the important thing. And if I finish it, great. And if I don't, that's okay, because the point of this is that my goal, the stated goal, is to rediscover the joy in writing for me, and I'm doing that. So I'm really looking forward to it, and we'll see how long I work on it and how far I get. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not writing to any specific word count. If I do write a complete novel, I will assess it for market whatever when that is done, and I'll do the revisions based on what I decide to do at that point. But for now, I'm just writing, and it's fun, and that's what I'm going for. So I will check in again when I sign out of work, but for now, I need to go get some food for my lunch. So hi, it is Wednesday after work. I'm going to keep this short because of the events of this afternoon. I am incensed, frankly, and disheartened, and a lot of people saw this coming. A lot of people knew this was coming, and yet it was still allowed to happen. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I want to focus for now for this on something a little different, because I was able to get an order, my Black Friday order from Coffee Monsters Co. finally arrived, and I'm very happy. I was a late orderer, so I was not expecting to get it any earlier than I did. Plus with all of the shipping issues in USPS system, which I'm going to talk about that in a moment for something else. But this was the order that I got. I'm going to start out with the journal card, which for this to arrive today, I'm going to try and focus on this. So it's a little emoji sitting inside with a blanket and a cup of, I'm going to choose to believe, hot cocoa because I'm a hot cocoa person. And it says peace within. And it's just, I need that. And so I'm gonna hold on to that and keep it up close with me. The other things that I got were 2 washi tape, and these are alternate washies because what happened was when Helen put in the order for the advent calendar, there were this washi and another washi were sent back. This washi, and I don't know if you can see it, and tried with, whoops, lost it. I'm not going to go for it. I can pick it up later. This washi has hollow hearts, hollow foil hearts. That was not what she ordered. This is the one from the advent calendar. It has red foil hearts. So I have at least one of each. And they're both cool in their own way, and I like both of them. But because the hollow hearts were not what she ordered, she had to redo that, which is one of the reasons why the advent calendars were late going out, was because of the production mix-up. But in addition to that, I also got this little November sampler. And since I had made a couple of orders earlier, I have 2 of these, and I really like it. It's really cute. And then I also got, these are, I can't remember if these are vinyl stickers. They feel like vinyl stickers. I got 5 of them. Little emojis with the lemonade and life. So that's from over the summer. I am an absolute sucker for lemonade and citrus themed things, and I just thought that was particularly cute. These are Post-it pads. I forget where these were from or what they were intended for, but I know I have another very similar Post-it pad from something else earlier in the year, and I really like it and use it, so I can always use Post-it notes. And then I got a couple of sticker sets, sticker sheets. I got this one for feeling down, which I think I might be using for today. And then a winter couch potato emoji sheet. And then a minion emojis sheet. And my brother and 2 of my nephews were over this afternoon, right as I got the order, because they lost power at their house. And my brother had a meeting he had to attend. So they came over and we were all masked and everything. And I showed this to my younger nephew who is in preschool. He's like, I really like this. I like the ones with Gru. And I'm like, good to know. I will save one for you. So I have to figure out some way to put a Gru sticker on something for him. And this is because this is coming up, filing tax / paperwork emojis. Yeah, so that's coming up. 2021 holiday emoji sampler. So this is just the emojis themselves. And I will show you the bigger sheet in a moment. I also got the New Year 2021 New Year kit. So I will be using this kit in the memory keeping plan that you'll see later in this vlog for this current week. And so this is the functional boxes set, and this is washi and other like checklists and the today's happy mail and other things. And then this is the deluxe page with some full boxes and habit trackers and meal plan sticker. And then this is the full sheet of the 2021 holiday emojis with the names of the holidays on them. So I really particularly like the fact that Kwanzaa was included. There's a flag for you to color in your own flag for whatever your national day of celebration is. Cinco de Mayo. I know Hanukkah. Yes, I'm like reading backwards and through the back page, so I just want to, hopefully I was pointing out the correct one. But yeah, so that was today's order from the Coffee Monsters Co. that arrived. So the post office story, I was supposed to get the original scheduled delivery date for this order, as well as my Simply Gilded December box was yesterday. Well, this was a little slower than expected, which I wasn't surprised by, but the Simply Gilded box arrived at the, I forget what it's called, but the one for my parents' zip code. There's a facility of some kind in my parents' zip code, so it arrived at that facility. Well, the normal track is it arrives at the facility for my zip code here in Chicago, and then it goes to the post office for my zip code here in Chicago, and then it goes out for delivery. Well, instead of going from the facility in the zip code to the post office in the zip code, it went from the facility in the zip code to a zip code in Chicago, but on the far north side of Chicago. My parents live on the far south side of Chicago, like very far south. And this post office that it was sent to was literally on the complete opposite side of Chicago. And if you have ever looked at Chicago on a map where that city is outlined, it is a very long city. It can take you 2 hours or more to drive from the far south side of the city to the far north side of the city. So we're still a 20 to 30 minute drive south of Midway Airport, let alone trying to get to O'Hare, which is the one in the far northwest corner of the city. But the update for today is that my subscription box is actually even further out in the northwestern suburbs from O'Hare. So it's at a distribution center. Hopefully it will be making its way to the south side soon, and I will have it by this weekend. And the other thing I'm looking forward to getting this weekend actually is the anniversary box from ProcrastiplannerEtc. So Dren is one of the best women in the world. I adore her, and I'm so happy for her. She just this last weekend celebrated her first anniversary. By the time this video goes up, I'm betting that all the anniversary boxes will be sold out, but I will include a link to her shop so you can check her out. And please do check out her shop. It's on Etsy, and it's ProcrastiplannerEtc, ETC, and it's all one word. And if you're a writer and a planner, you will absolutely love all of the stickers and the other washi that she has available. And Dren is a Black woman, and she highlights Black women and Black men and Black people in her stickers and designs, and you really need to check her out. So that's it for today. I have some writing to do still if I can concentrate, and yeah, I'm just gonna sit and absorb all of the information and deal with it. So, all right, much love to you. And if you're in DC area, I hope you are staying safe, and all my thoughts are with you and your safety and your loved ones back in DC. And by the way, thank you, Georgia. Thank you. Hey, it's Friday, January 8th. That sounds about right. I'm going to talk more after I finish up work, but I figured I'd share what I'm doing on my lunch break with my lunch, and it is a total throwback to grammar school and high school, as I'm having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I did lightly toast the bread. Doritos. This is water in this oh so lovely, very old Chicago White Sox cup that not even that old, it's only 2019, but we hold on to those for water consumption. And I am catching up on my YouTube videos since I haven't watched it in the last couple of days. And here's Cindy Gunther-Baldo's, I don't even remember what, I think this is a planner review. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on my lunch break. Hello, it is Friday, January 8th. I've like totally forgotten the date. Did remember the day, thankfully, eventually, but it is Friday, January 8th, the end of a very, very long week. So I included a little clip of the Coffee Monsters Co. bean card that I forget what day I think it was Tuesday that I actually received that package, and I had put that card on my laptop, my work laptop, and I was so glad I had, because I needed it on Wednesday. Wednesday was not good because as I put on Instagram, I live in DC normally, which I think all of you know at this point if you've been watching me for any length of time, and I work for an organization that has offices on Capitol Hill. I do not work on Capitol Hill, but my organization has offices on Capitol Hill. So because I was on the work laptop, I was getting all of the shelter in place and evacuation alerts for Capitol Hill. And that was beyond disturbing. So I'm gonna leave it at that, but that should never have happened. That should never have happened, but this is America, and white supremacy is a cancer. It's an absolute cancer that needs to be addressed. So please work on yourself, because even though you may not in any way consider yourself racist or hold racist views, you probably don't, but if you are American, have been raised American, you have been raised in a society steeped in white supremacy, and that's going to seep into you, because this is what the American society is. And so you constantly have to root out and fight against that cancer. And it's a cancer. And if you think of it as a cancer, that it's not something that you have sought out, but it still will affect you. So please do the work involved, and honestly contact your representatives, and please ask them to hold accountable everybody responsible for what happened on Wednesday. So that is the extent of my talk, because what happened on Wednesday was not political, except that it was terrorism, because it was to interrupt the normal political process of the American democracy. So, okay, I've said my piece. That being said, I do want to show off some things that I've gotten. And the first thing was my moment of joy yesterday. I was so happy to finally get my hands on. I am a knitter, and I think I've mentioned that here before. That is my hobby that I usually keep to myself. And I love yarn. I love collecting yarn. It's just gorgeous. But one of the yarn companies that I have a lot of stuff from, I really support them, is Neighborhood Fiber Company. Neighborhood Fiber Company is a black woman-owned business, and Krita, last few years, end of last year, I ordered yarn because she was bringing back a limited edition colorway that was celebrating Michelle Obama. Well, in December, she decided to create 2 more limited edition colorways, one to celebrate Stacey Abrams and the other to celebrate Kamala Harris. in addition to the yarn itself, which I'll show you in a moment, she also partnered with an artist to make available posters and postcards, and I got postcards of Stacey Abrams and Kamala Harris. So here is the one for Kamala Harris, and here's the one for Stacey Abrams. And I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy to be able to support the business, and it's just a wonderful thing. So the yarn that I got the same yarn base in both, and I got 2 skeins of each. I'm just going to show you one of each, but the yarn base for both is Capital Luxury Sport, and the fiber content is 70% merino wool, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. You will, if you're not familiar with yarn, cashmere is very nice, and you will sometimes see this base type of base, the percentages may be a bit different, referred to as MCN. So, and this is, I believe, not quite DK weight, which is one of the thickness ratings for yarn, but this is the one for Stacey Abrams, and it is similar to the card, a lot of blues to celebrate Georgia, and the colors of the Democratic Party and the work that she does. And so the name of the colorway is Fair Fight, and that's the organization that Stacey created to focus on getting out the vote, particularly for Black and brown voters in Georgia. And so the colorway that celebrates Kamala Harris is Observatory Circle. And as you can see, it's a really gorgeous red, and it kind of reminds me of Howard University red. And Kamala Harris, if you don't know, is an alumna of Howard University, which is located in DC. So those are things that I just really loved, and it gave me joy yesterday amidst everything that was going on. So and something else fun, that my mom went out to meet my sister to go on a walk, and they ended up stopping at a garden center that was having their clearance sale, essentially. Warehouse sale is what they called. So she picked up something for me, and it's this. It's a felted wool birdhouse. I really love watching the birds in my parents' backyard, and so Mom thought that this would be cool for me to hang up in my apartment in DC when I head back there. And so that's what it looks like, and I will happily find a place to hang it up. And then 2 things that I got yesterday, I got them today, is the anniversary box from ProcrastiplannerEtc, and it says keep writing on the sticker. And the other is my December monthly box from Simply Gilded. So this finally arrived. The funny thing is that the Simply Gilded and the yarn both had interesting, at least I'm assuming the yarn did, had interesting issues with the mail service. The Simply Gilded, I was able to track to all the places it went to, because it was, I mentioned in one of the other vlogs how it had made it here to the south side of Chicago, and then for some reason decided to take a detour up to the north side of Chicago, and then over to the northwest suburbs before finally arriving back here. The yarn, I don't know what happened to it, because the Neighborhood Fiber Company created a label for it on December 19th, and I got that notification, and it was listed as pre-shipment all up through this week. So I finally, this week, emailed them and said, hey, just checking to see what's going on here since it's been over 2 weeks. The next day, and I still haven't heard back from them, which is fine. It's perfectly fine because I have the yarn. But the next day, I checked and saw that it had been updated to having arrived at the Chicago distribution facility on January 6th. So from December 19th to January 6th, I have no idea where it was. it was because it went from Baltimore to Chicago with no tracking in between. I don't know, but that was during Christmas and the absolute overload and other things that post office was going through. So I finally got it today and I am happy, and I got it yesterday and I'm happy and it's all good. But the Simply Gilded and Progressive Planner, etc. boxes, I'll be doing a video of those separately. In fact, that might be up by the time that you see this vlog. But really excited. Progressive Planner, etc. is another Black woman-owned business, Adrienne Mitchell. It's on Etsy. I really adore her and them, and I've been using her products for a while, and I've talked about them both here and on Instagram. And Adrienne actually sent this to me as a thank you for all the support that I've given to her business, and I'm just honestly amazed and grateful, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's included in the anniversary box. And I hope you guys enjoy the video with that. And with that, I am going to go film that video and then spend the rest of the weekend chilling out with my family. So, and I'll check in tomorrow and let you know how everything's going. I will say that I need to get back to writing because I did not write Wednesday or yesterday, so it's understandable and it's okay, and I need to get back to it because I'm missing the story, and I'm really, really happy with that. So have a good night. Hello, it is Saturday afternoon, and today's been a day. Started off with a small medical thing that I didn't need attention for. It just kind of threw me off my game a little bit, and then I did something so simple of dropping a scone that I had put some lemon curd on. I had it on a ceramic plate. I turned one way a little quickly, and the scone went in the other direction. It just completely flew off the plate, and then fell down on the carpet, curd first. And it just pushed me over emotionally. With everything this week has been, it was just, I just broke down. And thankfully, I was at home and with my family, and my mom just went immediately into mom mode and helped get me sorted and checked on me and just let me have some space to myself and be quiet and do whatever I needed to do to deal with how I was feeling and just deal with the emotions that just came. And as she said just a little while ago, that I was probably a pimple that needed to be popped, and I absolutely agree with her. It was just that it feels like such a stupid trigger, but it's what it was, and it just I needed to let loose the emotions of this past week and face them, and I will discuss them with my therapist at the next appointment, but overall not try to hide them away. So that was this morning, and I was just basically being quiet for the most part. But the other thing I did while I was kind of like being quiet, I wasn't being wholly quiet. I just decided to watch a little TV, and the TV is a smart TV, so it has a browser, and so I was able to log into Wild University and watch that. By the time this video goes up, Wild University is going to be closed for the month, but they reopen on the 1st of every month, so February 1st. If you are at all interested, they will be open again for enrollment. And it's, I think, about first 10 days of the month, maybe first 7 days. I think it maybe changes from month to month, but I would highly recommend, if you're at all interested in some continuing just learning opportunities. There are a lot of different types of topics in their video library, and if you're not already signed up for it, you can register for either 1 month at a time or for an annual pass for an entire year. And even if just doing a month's pass, you get access to everything that has come before. And it started in September, so you'll get access to September, October, November, December, 5 months of content prior to February. And it's just so useful. I've had periods where I haven't been able to watch as much. Like September, I watched everything. October, I watched the major and minor. I think I also managed to squeeze in the major and minor for November, maybe. I did not in December. I actually did watch a couple of the lives in December, but I wasn't able to. I still haven't watched the major and minor from December, and that was cookie baking with Life's Organized Chaos. I am so blanking on her name at the moment, but she's Life's Organized Chaos here on YouTube and on Instagram. And she's cooking, baking, and decorating, and frankly, I am kind of already a baker, and there's a lot of stuff I already do, so I was just like, I don't need to worry about that right now. But the minor was photography skills with Erica Canant, and I definitely need to go in and watch those. And this is the other thing, it is well worth your money just for a month's pass to get access to Erica Canant's course on photography skills, but because she includes presets, I think five presets for Lightroom, which is free on mobile, that you can use. And so just that alone is worth a month's pass, let alone all of the information from all of the other courses, as well as all the worksheets provided. So I'm wholeheartedly, I suggest getting an annual pass, but even a month's pass will be well worth the money no matter. It's like they may be increasing the prices. I forget if they have already, but because they keep adding content and they keep the library available, so it's a huge library of topics. So definitely recommend, look for that to reopen on February 1st. So I watched the January major videos, and that's budgeting with Jen DeFore. And honestly, that was so useful to me in that it made me feel better about some of the things that I have discussed. You can go back and look at my videos on budgeting. In fact, I'll include a link to the playlist in both the description and the first comment, the pinned comment. But a lot of the stuff that I was doing when I was filming those videos are things that Jen recommends you do. So I was like, okay, I'm on track. I kind of let things slide in November and December, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing budgeting videos. But at the same time, I have already done a lot of the work that she suggests you do, like doing an audit of your spending to get an idea as to where you're spending your money, and doing that, as well as making a list of all your annual expenses, the ones that come around only once a year, things that might come along quarterly, monthly, and a more sporadic basis. So I do actually already have a list of most of those things. I do have to update it, but I'm like, okay, good. I'm not as far behind on budgeting and being an adult as I thought I was. So definitely, that's another course series that I recommend within Wild University. But the other thing that happened today is that I finally got my binder from Krissyanne Designs. I actually got it a little earlier than I expected. I went to check the tracking status of it on the USPS app, and it said delivered. I was like, oh, I guess we got our mail. So I headed up to and got a mail out of the mailbox, and there it was. So this is, whoops, I'm about to knock off. This is the binder that I chose. So it's a 1-inch binder, and I have already filled this sucker. These are not even all of the sticker sheets I ordered during Pink Friday weekend. I went a little slap happy with the $2 Tuesdays, as well as just the discount sale. So I have a lot of kits to work from. What I need to do now is actually something that my mom suggested one point this week, after I showed her my layout from last week's video. She's like, well, you should go through and maybe plan what kits you're using. I was just like, as if I haven't heard this before. And actually, Kristen Gold of the Gold Project is where I first heard about, here, let me plan out the kits I'm going to use for the year. So if you're at all interested on planning out your kit usage, check out Kristen's videos. She's done, I think, at least 2 videos on how she plans out what kits she's going to use throughout the course of the year. And that's the Gold Project. I'll also link that in the description. I just had to laugh when I heard my mom say that. But yeah, so I have filled up this binder. I could probably stand to get a second binder. But I will be ordering a 2021 Celebrations collection, which should be coming out. I would say, I think they're hoping to have the information up and available by the end of this month, at the very least in the Facebook group, if not on the website itself. So watch for that. But this is my 2020 Celebrations collection, and I just went in, and whatever I couldn't fit in here, and I probably could fit a bit more into here that way, I stuffed this full. So this is completely full at this point. It's just like, I have to laugh at myself, frankly, because okay, I've got a lot of stickers that I need to use. And so one of the things about Krissyanne Designs during Pink Friday, which is Black Friday weekend, the weekend after American Thanksgiving, you can earn $5 store credits for every $20 you spend, so Friday to Monday. And I spent enough to earn $105 in store credits, because I restrained myself a little bit. And I believe the Celebrations collections is usually around $125. So in addition to the store credit, between 2 days, I also bought myself a $25 gift certificate and a $100 gift certificate, so that I would have at least that for use for the Celebrations collection. So between that and the store credits, I will be able to buy the 2021 Celebrations collections and maybe some other kits throughout the course of the year. So that's today. There was something else I was going to talk about, and I am just kind of blanking. And I think it's just been that kind of day. I'm trying to rest and not force things. One of the other things I did today was have a little over 2-hour conversation, FaceTime, with my best friend from college, and it has been over a year since we last talked, so catch-up time was needed, and that it was on my list to for this week, my weekly actions items under my relationships, family and relationships area of the MäksēLife, to reach out to her, because it has been on my mind for the last couple of months since we last texted that I needed to get in contact with her to set up a video chat date. And so that was on the list to do this week, to set something up. And she reached out to me Wednesday night and asked me, because she wasn't sure if I was back in DC, and if I was, how was I doing, and how was I doing even if I wasn't. And so I was able to text with her for a little bit then, and then I told her, hey, while I have you, let's video chat. And so we scheduled that for today, and it was good. It was really good. And I am where I am. I haven't gotten as much done this week so far that I would have liked to have done, but at the same time, with everything that happened, I am also trying to give myself enough grace and space, not to be poetically rhyming, but to just be and let things course through me as they need to course through me, because I thought I had been dealing with stuff about Wednesday, because I took some sick time on Thursday and napped and just was quiet then and did my therapy appointment, but that was Thursday. There's still stuff that has to be dealt with and emotions that need to be dealt with. And so this is going, just recognizing that this is going to be a continuing process. So we'll see. And I've got some questions now, not about my job. I'm still really good with my job. My job is good, and I really truly enjoy what I do. But there's some other logistical considerations that I just need to think a little harder about and figure out. So that's just on the list to think about, frankly. I think that's it to show you for now. So that's been Saturday, a little interesting. So for today's video, because I mainly post on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and Saturdays are the weekly vlogs. So you'll see this today's the 9th that I'm filming this, so you will be seeing this video on the 16th, week from now. And the first weekly vlog went live today, and I hope that all of you who have been watching have really enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed it. I also hit 75 subscribers today, and I'm so pleased about that. Thank you, every one of you, and I am so thankful that you're extending your time and your space and inviting me into your space and providing me time in your life. I truly am grateful for all of that. And I hope what I provide you is useful in any way. I would also love to hear from you. What would you like to hear about from me? Is there planner stuff, a topic that you'd like to hear me talk about during the weekly vlogs, whatever, please pop that down in the comments. And I'm going to sign off for now, and thank you for letting me hit this milestone. I honestly am just kind of like blown away by it, and I'm really, really, truly thankful for each and every one of you. So I will see you tomorrow we'll close out with what I'm up to tomorrow, as well as how I did with the weekly actions and what my spread for next week looks like. I kind of already have an idea of what I'm going to do for next for the memory keeping for this past week, and I think it's going to involve a lot of journal entry types things. So look for that coming up in the next segment. This was the king cake that I got from Haydell's Bakery down in New Orleans and had it shipped to Chicago. We ate about half of it for Sunday brunch. This is the strawberry cream cheese king cake, and it was absolutely delicious. I highly recommend getting a king cake from them, and I have linked them down below. Hello, I am here to do a review of what my weekly actions were for week 1 and show you my spread that I did for the memory keeping. So I was fairly ambitious this week in that I wanted to write a half hour every weekday. I wanted to plan for the upcoming week. I did a couple of days of writing, and I definitely did the plan for the upcoming week today. I did not do any of the fun and recreation items that I had set goals for. It just didn't happen, and that's okay. And same with the writing on the weekdays. This week was rough, as you've seen, and the fact that I wasn't able to get my head in the game on Wednesday, I was obviously, I'm not going to even try. Thursday and Friday, I had hopes to get back to it, but was still kind of dealing with stuff, both consciously and subconsciously. So again, I'm okay with not writing the last 3 days of the week after what happened. I do want to get back to it, and the story is sticking with me. It's, I think, going to be even more important for me to work on this particular story for the next while. I actually talked about it in my therapy session with my therapist, and she was very intrigued by both the premise of the story in general as well as the therapeutic aspects to me working on the story. So for work, that was probably my most successful area, in that I did everything except vlog every day, because Thursday I couldn't. It was just a day. But at the same time, I'm perfectly fine with not vlogging every day, because if I did, that would be a very, very long week. But spending time with family, that was also a really successful area. I made contact with my one friend, but we both decided to hold off on deciding on a date after things. And I was also able to connect with my best friend from college, who I haven't seen since just after Christmas in 2019, so just over a year. A lot of things have changed for both of us in the last year, and so it was really good to spend time with her, even virtually. And so we will work on making this more regular of a thing for us to be able to at least meet virtually. Creating resilience, that was also pretty good. I did not get any walking in at all, except for today. And even that, it wasn't like a purposeful walk as much as let's go to this place where we can walk around outside. This was actually not too bad. I didn't do the specific things necessarily that I was using for self-improvement, but one of the things I did end up doing that was not on this list was the Wild University major and minor. I watched those videos yesterday, today's Sunday, and those were really, really good. And that the major also plays into the financial aspect of life. I will absolutely recommend that if you are not already a member of Wild University, to sign up when they open again for registrations in February, because this particular month's major, which is Budget U, done by Jen Dufour, was so incredibly useful. I've actually done a lot of things she talked about, and you can actually see me doing them in my budget playlist and Getting Right with My Finances playlist. I will link to that below. I did those without necessarily thinking about it, just thinking, well, these would be smart things to do for me to do. And Jen had us do them again. So I was just like, okay, this is great. I actually already have a basis for working on creating a budget for myself and get the mindset. I'm like, I've already worked through this once. I lost touch, and but I have a basis for going back and getting myself back in sync. So it's felt like I was treading familiar ground, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm not completely financially, I would never call myself financially illiterate, but I would definitely call myself loose with my finances. So the fact that I do have a recent basis to go back to is just made me feel so good and so good about myself. So if you are not already a member of Wild U, I highly, highly recommend it. Jen's course, Budget U, Erica Knot's minor for December, which I forget what the name of the course is. That was so incredibly useful and well worth the monthly fee to sign up, because she gives you presets. And I may have talked about this yesterday, I don't remember, but I highly recommend it. Creating Abundance, which is finances, was probably my best, in that I was able to check off every single one of these. And the thing I'm most proud of is the no spend for 5 days. I did do that, and I am working on the mindset of being a saver, not a spender. And one of the things I'm doing is trying to create a list of things I want to buy so that I don't buy them in the moment. And I set aside 2 days a month to buy. So on the 15th and on the last day of the month, those are my shopping days. And so everything that I want to buy, I will have sat on, and then I will review them on those days and spend money according to what my budget is. And so if something doesn't make the cut on the 15th, I'll save it for the end of the month. And if I doesn't make the cut on the end of the month, I'll save it to the 15th of the next month. So have it be a rolling list, and hopefully save money for the bigger purchases. And then create peace. I managed to do my laundry and get it put away, but that was about it. And I let some of the clutter build up again. So this needs working on, but that's okay, because everything needs working on. It is Sierra, who created the MäksēLife, likes to say, it is progress, not perfection. It's like, that's the point of this. So those were my weekly actions for and my intentions for week 1. And so here is my spread for week 1. And let's see if I can do this. So it's make it about even, unless in the shadow. I did a lot of this as therapy after this week. I realized when I was looking at the kit and trying to like mentally sort things out, I realized that I was going to probably have a lot of white space, and I'm okay with white space. And I decided that I needed to journal and get my feelings out. I needed to output, and I'm so glad I did this. This particular kit was interesting to work with because it was intended for New Year's week, and the other thing being that the way this washi strip was designed, this was intended for this side and this one was intended for this side, but that's also for planners where this notes or whatever section is the first column. And so I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I will just have to keep that in mind for using kits from the Coffee Monsters Co. in the future, and it's all good. But I managed to make my Canon Ivy work well. This photo is from the MäksēLife Live on Tuesday, where Sarah and Darian had power users. It's not the right term that they use, but they had the power users come on and share the lessons they learned from using the MäksēLife over the previous 6 months to a year, and what tips that they had for how to use it. So it was a really good live. So you can catch it on their YouTube archive, or if you're in the Facebook group, in the Facebook archive. And then this gave me so much joy, and this was until today, this was my one big purchase of the week. And Wednesday night, I think it was on Tuesday, I saw my one friend who lives in the New Orleans area tweeting about king cake. And then Wednesday night, when everything was going on, I decided I needed something to make me happy, and I tend to go towards shopping, and so I just went digging back into Farah's. I went back to the tweet, and she had recommended Hadel's Bakery to a number of people, and I went to Hadel's. I liked what I saw. They had an option for a strawberry cream cheese king cake, and I decided to order it, and my family had it today for Sunday brunch. It was delicious. My parents kept going for it. We do have about half of it left over sitting in our fridge in the basement 2 feet away from me right now. But it was extremely tasty. I highly recommend it. I ordered it Friday night. They shipped it out. I ordered it Wednesday night. They shipped it out Thursday night, and I had it Friday afternoon. Actually, I had it Friday by noon because I did the slightly faster shipping option, and it was total $65, and you got this very large king cake that serves about, it was recommended at least 30 servings. You got a packet of coffee with chicory. I don't drink coffee, but my dad and my sister do, so they really enjoyed it. A bag of beads and a couple of other things. So it was a really neat experience to have. So I highly recommend Haydell's, Haydel bakery out of New Orleans area. They're definitely the food is well worth it, and the experience of shopping and shipping was definitely well worth it as well. So that is my spread for this week. I highly recommend taking the opportunity to journal when you need to. So the kit is from the Coffee Monsters Co., and I use stickers in addition to Coffee Monsters Co. From Wonton and a Million, Sugar Pop Fizz. This is Adorably Amy, Pumpkin Paper Co. This is a script sticker from Krissyanne Designs, and this is Oso Paper Co. And that is it. So thank you so much for joining me, and on to the outro. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. I know it's been interesting, but it was a week. It was an absolute week, and I don't know how much more what to say, honestly, beyond that. I will say that doing the spread this week was very good for me. It was very, in some ways, cathartic. It was therapeutic, and it allowed me to release a number of feelings that needed to be released. I feel very good about letting my emotions on the page and letting them out. I'm frequently talking with my therapist and my coaches for my strengths, working with my strengths, saying that I need to output more, because I have a lot of receptive strengths, and one of my top 10 is input. And one of the things that I learned from the head of the coaching group I work with, who is a number one input, that is that input needs to output. And it's not just input, the strength input, as much as anything that you get input about that is receptive, you need to process that and get it back out. So doing the spread as I did it this week was in some ways very necessary for me. So I feel very good about it, and I'm hoping that I will look back on it at the end of the year. And I don't know if being proud of it is actually the right term, as much as recognizing the need to do it, as well as just that it was the right thing to do, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, because this is already a really long vlog, and I haven't even started editing, and I know even with editing it's going to be a really long vlog. So thank you so much for sticking with me. Again, thank you for all of the subscribers who have joined me on this journey so far. I hit 75 subscribers this week, as I mentioned, I think in one of the days, and I am so thankful to have you all here with me on this journey. And with that, if you have found anything in this video useful, please hit that like button so that YouTube knows to recommend it to others. And if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you will join everyone here and hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified about when future videos are available. I tend to post on Tuesdays and Saturdays, with the vlogs on Saturdays and more topic focused videos on Tuesdays. So thank you so much for joining me, and may all your dreams be Ruby dreams. Bye-bye.